world was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen.
Then with a crash came a great ringing shout. Ra, Ra.
3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie.
It's talking about Tolkien, man. Oh yeah, you had to wait until we were on the mic to open your bag of chips. You couldn't do that beforehand. You had to wait until we were recording.
I'm just gonna edit it out. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. I'm sorry, did that throw you off? No. So
talking about Tolkien, Ben.
Talking about Tolkien, chapter 3 of book 5 of Return of the King, The Muster of Rohan.
Yeah, so everyone outside of Frodo and Sam, obviously they have their own book. They're getting their own chapter to kind of explore what's going on with them before the big battle with Gondor and Mordor. So this is the third of 4 chapters exploring what each of the Fellowship groups are doing.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, you got Pippin and Gandalf. They did their thing in Gondor. Got Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli go through the paths of the dead. And now we've got Merry all by himself, at least with regard to the Fellowship, you know. And then next chapter, we will see what Boromir has been doing for this last book. What rivers he's sailing down, and kind of where his body has been. So,
down the Rauros, Golden Rauros. A very easy word to say. It's like brewery.
I like Worcestershire sauce.
I just call it Worcester sauce. Worcestershire. Oh, they're a silly people, the Britons. All right. Well, you like gathering troops. This seems like one of your Excel spreadsheet chapters, so why don't you tell us what happens?
Yeah, there needs to be more gathering, really. I need to see on the map all the little troops with the numbers next to them, and then like the arrows on where they're moving, so we can gather all of them in one place before we march off towards the east. But no, that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a lot of notes, so you probably will be better here because they're in Dunharrow.
I do have notes. So, okay, so Theoden is finally coming out of the mountains. He took the longer route. Aragorn went straight across the field, but they were trying to sort of keep their troop movements at least a little bit hidden from Sauron. So
Gandalf even sent a message to say, like, don't assemble out in the open.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why you need to tell, a general king not to do that, but, duly noted, Gandalf, I guess.
Well, I think Theoden is not used to air power.
That's a good point.
So there are places he might be used to assembling that would have been fine, but now that Sauron has guys flying overhead, it's not going to work.
Well, what can a Nazgul do against, like, an entire army?
Tell you which way they're coming.
I mean, okay, that's fair.
So they're keeping to the mountains. They're trying to sort of use them as cover so that they, at the very least, they can't be spotted from like 100 miles away in the air by a Nazgul. They're not lighting any fires at night. They're just sort of trying to keep it low key, not leave a trail. And Merry has a fun thought where he's from the Shire, and I kind of wondered if this was one of Tolkien's experiences. And I think now Tolkien was born in South Africa. He has some memory of it.
I'm sorry,
but he moved to England when he was still young, and not a mountainous region, England. So I kind of wondered if he related to this as he traveled the world somewhat unwillingly. He loved mountains, or he had loved the thought of them, marching on the edge of stories brought from far away. But now he was borne down by the insupportable weight of Middle Earth. He longed to shut out the immensity in a quiet room by a fire. That just seemed like one of those like World War One things he slips
World War
in.
One was perfectly normal.
It was fine. I don't know why everybody made such a big deal. Yeah,
explored that in our Discord. It's perfectly normal.
It's perfectly normal.
Just like having to hide so that you don't get spotted 100 miles away by someone in the air. Perfectly normal experience.
I saw the dead faces as the black mud filtered through my fingertips. It was a sticky mud, the kind that I didn't realize would be burned into my memory forever. This never happened. This isn't based on real life. I'm just really good at describing mud. So yeah, and Pippin's been riding along with the Rohirrim. And another sort of Tolkien self-insert thought, I think, he's trying to catch the language. He's trying to understand Rohirric. Now, when we get to the appendices, Tolkien will tell you that they don't actually speak Old English. He's translating the Rohirric language as Old English because he thought
obviously, that's what happened.
He thought it was a good analog. But
I don't know how he knew how to translate Rohirric. Was there a Rosetta Stone or something that...
What's the same way he knows how to translate Elvish?
Bilbo and Frodo were very thorough in their writing.
So I forget who... I've read so many drafts of the Silmarillion at this point.
Jeez, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, I've read so many drafts of the Silmarillion at this point. I forget who they land on for who actually is supposed to have written the Silmarillion in like the canon. But there are multiple versions where there was a sailor, like an actual Anglo-Saxon who spoke Old English named Elfwine, who went sailing west and found the true west just by mistake or luck or providence. And he goes to an island where the elves still exist, and he reads their books and they teach him their language, and he comes back and he writes down the stories, and that's where Tolkien is getting the Silmarillion from.
Pengoloth.
Pengoloth?
Pengoloth?
Pengoloth.
There's no T there.
Isn't it spelled with an eth?
Well, the English translation is a DH, but there is a weird looking O with like a hat or like a fungus growing out of his head.
That's an eth.
Okay.
That means the.
I'm glad we replaced that with the.
Not to be confused with a thorn, which means the.
Is the thorn the one that's straight down and a little belly?
It looks like a P, yeah.
Yeah, a P with something sticking in.
P with
head.
the loop more towards the middle, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I won't remember that, but that's what you're here for. So
that's real, by the way. That's not Tolkien stuff. Those are real letters.
I'm aware that those are real letters. Thank you.
No, so all of this to say, how did he know the Elvish is because Elfwine maybe translated it into Old English, which Tolkien did speak.
That checks out.
I don't know how I got to Rohirric. Elfwine, he hadn't thought about the War of the Rings at the time Elfwine was heading out there. But when he talks about Rohirric, Mary does, he says, it was a language in which there seemed to be many words that he knew, though spoken more richly and strongly than in the Shire. Yet he could not piece the words together. At times, some rider would lift up his clear voice in stirring song, and Mary felt his heart leap, though he did not know what it was about. Isn't that what you said exactly, though, where you were like, English was better before all that French got in there?
Yeah.
That's the experience Mary's having.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's getting the pure Anglo-Saxon of it all. There's a lot of I don't want to go down another whole rabbit hole because these episodes have each been taking like 2 hours.
He's
But
like, I miss good old Harold Godwinson. It was so great until William the Bastard came over and started conquering shit.
I miss everybody having the name, everybody having elf in their name. Alfric, Alfred.
The good old days.
Yeah. I'd name my kid Elf if it didn't sound so stupid now.
It's like naming your kid like Cersei or
well, no, I would name like the actual
Lannister.
name would be like Alfred would be like Alf or Elf
Elfben.
Elf friend. Alfben. Yeah.
There you go.
No, but now it just sounds like Alf the puppet. Regardless, this description of Old English as being like this rich language that sounds really cool. That's how Tolkien genuinely feels about the Anglo-Saxon language. He talks about this in a story that was never published in his lifetime called The Lost Road. He never finished it. But it's where the Numenor myth eventually comes from. He has one of his characters is like dealing with a parent who doesn't see the value in studying Old English and Old Norse and Old High German. And they're like, Latin and Greek should be enough for anyone. And if you need another one, pick a language people speak. And he's like, well, that's rude.
Wow.
Everybody's always worried about their jobs, but AI is just going to do everything. And we're going to get a universal basic income.
Yeah.
And then I could study all the dead languages I want.
Yeah, that's how that's going to happen. We're so close to getting that society of plenty, where we just got no needs that go unfulfilled.
Well, the first step is to get a lot of shit. And we've got that. We got a lot of shit.
And then the second step is to give it to like a handful of guys and then just hope that out of the goodness of their heart they'll dole it out.
Well, I was going to say the Duke Leto Atreides didn't tell me what the second step was. He was going to illustrate that by example, but then he was ruthlessly murdered by his political rivals. So
he found that trap.
He did.
He found the shit out of that trap.
You can't say he didn't see it coming. So they eventually they get to Harrowdale. They're stopping to rest. Theoden's talking about how we got a good long ways to go yet, and Eomer's like, if I could offer you some words of wisdom, I don't know if I want the 70-year-old man on the front lines. And that's how you could tell Theoden's a good king, because yesterday. All of them.
Is he still in his 70s?
Yeah, he's still in his 70s.
Yeah, he is 79 years old.
Oh, he's 79? Yeah.
Kidding me?
He
turns 80 this year.
He's a spring chicken.
Yeah,
by the standards of the United States government.
Get down there.
Get in there.
Yeah. Lead by example. Theoden says he's not going to hide here in cowardice and points out that, him staying here not going to do much good because if they lose, I mean, he's still going to die, right? So,
boy, I feel like isn't it weird that that's the same exact thing that Eowyn said when Theoden is about to tell her she can't go?
Yeah, but counterpoint, shut up.
Well, counterpoint, I think Eowyn could kick your ass at this point.
I think, that's probably a fair point, but counterpoint, please don't. Please do not do that.
Eowyn, don't make me have Eomer kick your ass. Get her, Eomer. So yeah, they're just sort of talking about how screwed they are, and they're doing this slow walk, and they get a little further into the valley where the muster is being called, and all of a sudden people start screaming with joy. Now this is another like Tolkienism. When kings were kings, when a man chose who he followed, and he followed him because he respected him, and everybody's so happy to see their king on his horse getting ready for battle. It's like, wow, I bet we could win if he's willing to go to the front line with us. He must really believe in the cause if he's willing to go to the front line. Can you imagine? Anyway,
that would be awesome, you know? I think
Yes.
we'd have a lot less wars if the leaders of the country had to fight in those wars. Because it's not like the good old days where, you know, you got muskets. Nowadays, you'll just get blown up by something you didn't see coming that was flying like from 200 miles away and just kind of blew over past you and wiped out everything you in the vicinity.
to be honest, that's how I want to go.
I'm still going with death by snoo snoo.
Well, I think one's more likely than the other.
Yeah, I get laid sometimes.
Yes.
Now the question is, do I get
bumper
laid
sticker
more
for the podcast right there? Be a podcaster. We get laid sometimes.
I was gonna say, now do I get laid more or less often than wars are started? And I don't know anymore. So
Unclear. I need to consult my leader and my wife. So as he approaches, they're kind of like, all these people are there, and Theoden wasn't necessarily expecting all these people to be here. Like there's like women and children, and they say that a Nazgul had flown over Edoras, and it almost like swooped down on Meduseld, the great mead hall. When they told Gandalf that, Gandalf told them, it might be a good idea to get the hell out of here. Don't light fires and hide. And
yeah,
so
the
that's-
Nazgul pretty bold.
Yeah,
Could it have? I assume it can't take on an army.
I don't think it could take on an army, but it is a situation of, it does project an aura of fear. And who wants to go first? So I have a fear aura.
Theoden.
You're going to have to roll a wisdom saving throw before you can approach me.
Get in there, Theoden.
And then who wants to be the first one to make that roll? Because I can't kill all of you, but I'm going to get the first 10.
And then you're just going to fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a handful, and when you start getting overwhelmed, I'm out.
And you know what I could do that nobody ever thinks about doing this when they have dragons or winged beasts.
Dropping rocks.
Just drop some rocks.
Yeah. I think that's how they won in Narnia, Ben.
Don't talk to me about Narnia.
Is that not the next series that we're doing, Ben?
I don't know who wants that.
Some
I
people
really don't-
already commented that they want that.
Don't think they know what they're signing up for.
People who we like and have good reputations.
There are C.S. Lewis books I would read. I would read the Screwtape Letters. I don't.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I've read it. I've read them all.
Have you eaten Turkish Delight?
Yeah, actually, and it was very disappointing. Like, that kid did not betray his family for much. I don't think he liked them. Edmund,
It looks kind of like fruit slices. Are they like fruit slices?
no, it's like flavorless, disgusting texture, taffy, gummy.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
And it's just like sweet?
Vaguely.
So this was before like candy was mass produced.
Yeah. No,
So-
if you've had any candy bar, it beats Turkish Delight.
Okay. And I mean that's why they lost World War One, which was a totally
If you put sugar
normal war.
on your plain Cheerios, it beats Turkish Delight.
Jesus.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
But if all you've ever eaten is beans on toast.
Yeah, I don't know. The beans might be sweeter. They put them in molasses, right?
I don't know. Is that what the Brits do? They put their
Well, I think
beans
it's like
in
a.
molasses?
It's not a barbecue sauce, but I mean, it's kind of like the base of a barbecue sauce. Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we had Nazgul on.
So Gandalf told them all.
Said? How do you say
Meduseld.
that? Meduseld.
It means Maid Hall. And
that sounds like some sort of font that you'd find in a word program. What about these Pookelmen?
The Pookelmen.
Pookelmen. That's how you say that. That is indeed the pronunciation.
Pookelmen.
Okay.
It's a long year.
What are these?
Okay, so I'm going to read you a little bit because I did highlight this. And I think it's part of the book that it's like one of the first parts of the book that goes when people watch the movie. This just leaves their minds. So as he's climbing up the mountain to where the gates of the dead are, which is sort of where they've camped out because it's a pretty hidden, secure location, they are going up this winding mountain pass. It's a road that was carved by men's hands in years beyond the reach of song. This is something that gets repeated twice. And the horses can walk up it. It's steep as a stairway, but it is comfortable enough to walk up. But it would not be very hard to defend from above. Big higher ground advantage here. And as they go up, there are well-worn, ancient statues that were standing in the likeness of men, huge and clumsy limbed, squatting, cross-legged, with their stumpy arms folded on fat bellies. This is going to be a really... you're going to regret this description when you meet them. Some, in the wearing of the years, had lost all features save the dark holes of their eyes that still stared sadly at passers-by. The riders hardly glanced at them. The Pookelmen, they called them. So,
why do you call them that?
Pookel is an actual Old English word. It means it's normally spelled with a C, but I think it's still Pookel. It means like goblin or demon. I don't know if you've ever read or seen Midsummer Night's Dream, but I
have.
The character Puck.
The Gravy Man was there.
Puck is a Pookel.
I think he was Puck.
I'm not
dog.
Yeah,
Layers.
Okay, well you said it, not me.
Layers.
Yeah, so they're kind of... They call them basically goblin men, but he can't say goblin because they're not orcs, and he's already used that one. He can't really say demon because the Balrogs are demons. So they're Pookel men. Now these, we're going to meet them eventually. Or
are they going to fight?
Are they going to fight like for us or with us?
I think those are the same things, but yes.
For us or against us?
Yes.
No. But they do offer assistance.
Are they exactly like the statues imply?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they look like.
Are they men then?
They are human.
Okay.
They are an ancient culture that lived here. Oh, let's see. What do they say? That lived here in the dark years before ever a ship came to the western shores or Gondor of the Dunedain was built, and now they had vanished, and only the old Pookelmen were left, still sitting at the turnings of the road. So before, in the ancient times, in the first age and the second age, before, actually probably mostly the first age, in the early second age maybe, before the men of Gondor came back from Numenor, before even the men of Numenor bothered sending ships to Middle-earth again, these guys were here building a civilization. I think if you're looking for like the historical precedent, these are the people that were here before the Angles and the Saxons migrated. And as
And they ruined the beautiful Celtic language
as
blossoming in old England. Britannia.
I mean, look, I don't know what those Welsh guys are saying, but they sound pissed.
And they've got real long words sometimes.
Lots of consonants.
Damn it. He was not Puck. He was Snug.
That's nice. I'm not talking about this.
So, what else we got, Ben?
The men of Gondor are called the Dunedain, right?
Yeah.
These people are the Druedain.
Wow. They come from druids that made Stonehenge?
I think that's kind of where he's getting the sounds for the words. He's implying.
Hell yeah.
And when you see them, they are kind of more connected to nature, let's say. They have a greater reverence for nature than, say, for example, the Rohirrim, who like horses and not much else.
Yeah.
And then once they reach,
let me say it. So
we'll I won't let you say what. Say it. It's your reputation.
What, the horse? Wish we just had like the camera just recording your video at all times. Just
I think I might be, but I'm not putting myself up there. So at the top of the mountain is the women, the children, the civilians, and Eowyn is there. And she greets Theoden. And Mary's like, she says, "Hail, Lord of the Mark. My heart is glad you're returning." And Theoden says, "And you, Eowyn, is all well with you?" She's like, "Everything's fine." And Mary's like, "I don't know who this woman is, but she looks like she has been crying. She looks like she has been very angry for the last several days." Eomer's oblivious. He's like, "So Aragorn's come then?" Is he still here? And Eowyn's like, "No, he left. He had to go."
Damn, I guess he's dead and I'll never see him again.
Then Eomer is like, "Where did he go?" She's like, "I don't fucking know, Eomer. He came at night. He rode away yesterday ere the sun had climbed over the mountaintops. He's gone, Eomer." And Theoden's like, I'm just going to read what he actually says because it's pretty funny on its own. "You are grieved, daughter," said Theoden. "What has happened? Tell me, did he speak of that road?" He pointed towards the paths of the dead, which they're camped out next to. And Eowyn says, "Yes, and he passed into the shadow from which none have returned. I could not dissuade him. He is gone." And I tried really hard to dissuade him. I tried to go with him. He's like, "What's that?" He's like, "You don't fucking care. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's fine." And Eomer's like, "God damn, I'm going to miss Aragorn. I can't believe he's basically dead." You hear that? That's for him.
Yeah, that's the ambulance coming for Aragorn's corpse.
Picking up what's left of him. And Mary, at this moment, Mary's like, "The paths of the dead. What could it be? What does it all mean?"
What does it all mean?
And then he's a little smarter than Pippin, but he's like, "I wonder what the paths of the dead could be. I wonder why they didn't want me to go. I wonder if Sam and Frodo are still alive. I wonder, when do they ring the dinner bell around here? Is anybody else getting hungry?" And then he's like, then somebody comes in and he's like, "Actually, you're invited to the king's board." And he's like, "Nice. Horse meat again." So they sit down and they have a very like unpleasant meal, like nobody's talking. And because you could tell like Theoden's sitting there like, she's mad. She's mad about something. I don't know what I did. I don't think I did anything. All I did was put her in charge of the kingdom. And
Yeah. People would kill, literally, for that.
Wormtongue tried. And Eomer's just like, man, Eowyn, I wish you could have known Aragorn. What a fighter that man was. Oh, the glory we would have won together if I had a chance to ride with him.
I mean, we've already won quite a bit of glory.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had
even more.
Boy. If you ever got a chance, not that you ever would because you're a lady, but if you ever got a chance to fight a battle with Aragorn, oh my God, it'd change your life for the better. You know, I'm like twice the man I once was. And Eowyn's just like slowly, cutting her meat with a little more force than maybe is required.
And making unbroken eye contact with him.
Mary is like, all right, this is awkward. What are the paths of the dead? Why doesn't somebody just like stop saying, oh my God, the paths of the dead? Why doesn't somebody just explain in plain terms, what the fuck does that mean? I assume it means paths where dead is. What is dead? And Eomer's like, well, nobody actually knows.
I'd like to tell you, but you should really see it for yourself.
Yeah, you're going to have to see it for yourself. And they tell the story of Baldur, son of Brego. And it's not much of a story. He went
at
through,
all. Yeah.
And he never came back.
Yeah.
Now, the only noteworthy thing about the story of Baldur, son of Brego, is he was at a feast and he got drunk and he swore an oath. And this is the start of many problems in many sagas. Because if you swear an oath, you have to fucking do it. And a lot of people
doesn't matter if you're inebriated.
No, it doesn't.
Apparently.
It does not.
Consent does not matter.
There is only one reasonable restriction on oaths. You have to be an adult. Children are not held to oaths. You cannot make a child swear an oath, which is another plot device because then eventually those kids grow up and you can use that kid to get around your oath. Like all these brothers swear oaths to never kill this guy, but then they need to kill that guy. But they had a younger brother who was too young to swear an oath.
Sneaky.
Actually, I think Mistletoe is too young to swear an oath. And that's why it can kill.
That's why Baldur dies?
That's why it can kill Baldur.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mistletoe maybe fucked up.
But that's a different Baldur from this Baldur. Baldur
that's who I thought of as soon as you said Baldur, though.
This Baldur got drunk and he swore an oath, which is how a lot of problems start. And I guess he swore that he was going to go through the paths of the dead. He did, and it didn't work out for him. They say, Mary, that the dead live in there, and then sometimes you can see shadows coming in and out. But the shadows only come in and out on moonless nights when strange things are happening or a lot of people have died recently. And Mary's like, okay, well then why would Aragorn go that way? Like, surely you have a theory. What could he possibly gain out of this?
He was tired of the war, and he found an out.
That's kind of what Eowyn says. Eowyn says, greatly changed he seemed to me since I saw him first in the king's house. Grimmer, older, fey, I thought him. Yeah, Eowyn's like, I don't know, maybe Aragorn just wanted to die. Maybe he should die. And Theoden's like,
I'm not mad or anything, but you know.
Theoden's like, Theoden's missing the point here, I think. Because it's funny, because in the movie, she is in love with him. And in the book, I don't really think she is. No. And in the book, I think Theoden thinks she is. I think Theoden got the impression that she's upset that Aragorn left because she liked him so much. And Theoden's like, maybe he was called. He is a kingly man of high destiny, and take comfort in this, daughter, since comfort you seem to need in your grief. Is it grief for this guest? It is said that when the Eorlingas came out of the north and passed at length up Snowbourn, seeking strong places of refuge in time of need, Brego and his son Baldur climbed the stair of the hold, and so came before the door. And on the threshold sat an old man, aged beyond his years. This is like a Tolkien creepypasta. Tall and kingly he had been, but now withered as stone. And indeed for stone they took him, for he moved not. And he said no word, until they sought to pass him by and enter. And then a voice came out of him, and he said, "The way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it until the time comes." And then Baldur said, "And when will that time be?" And he's like, oh, and then he died. Baldur was like, whoa, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get drunk and go in there one night.
Fuck yeah.
Eomer's like, well, I wouldn't go in there, but that's because I don't want to die. It's really a shame, Eowyn, that you're never going to get to ride with him. What a man. What a goddamn manly man. King that would win glory for anyone who followed him. I tell you what. If you had the honor of following him, if he chooses you, oh, that'd be something. The only thing I could think of that would be worse than going in the paths of the dead, Eowyn, now that I'm thinking about it, the only thing that would be more terrifying is if that man rejected me. As if I got on my fucking knees like a crying, pathetic lady creature. And I just begged him to take me, and he said, nah. I don't know if I could even show my face in civilized society after something like that. That's when Eowyn decides she's going to go on this this next mission. Spoilers, I guess, for Dernhelm's secret identity.
What? That was Eowyn the whole time?
I still love. If you're a listener and you've never seen the Frazetta Lord of the Ring ink drawings, please look up Frazetta's Eowyn versus the Witch King. It's Eowyn pretending to be Dernhelm, right? She's pretending to be a man. No pants. Just caked to the gills. Like,
let me see. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
Damn.
And that's the one that this
is her pretending to be a man.
That's her disguised as Dernhelm.
This no pants, obvious boobs.
How many soldiers were just fucking wept when they found out? Oh, thank God that was a woman.
Yeah.
Because I really thought I'd gone all the way.
I was having some very strange thoughts, you know.
No one aside from the general in Mulan was more confused than those men. Then while they're shortly after they're eating dinner, or while they're eating dinner, I guess, some guy comes in and Mary's like, "Oh my God, it's Boromir." No, wait, it's just another guy.
Just some guy. Yeah. I was like, who is he? I was trying to think, like, they didn't have another brother. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, I was like, it's not Faramir. He didn't come here. No, it's just another guy from Gondor. Look, Mary's not super good at telling.
I can't all look the same to Mary.
They really do. He can't tell Eowyn from. He doesn't notice that Eowyn's like a beautiful woman. He doesn't notice that. The only rider of Rohan that doesn't have a massive
pantsless
beard.
Guy with breasts. I don't know what's
long flowing blonde hair. No beard whatsoever. Eyeshadow, perhaps. Yeah, no, Mary can't tell man from woman. He can't tell man from man. They all look like Boromir to him. You're either Boromirs or you're Aragorns. I can tell Theoden because he's old.
You're either Boromir or you're Aragorns. I don't know.
I'm only familiar with like the two phenotypes.
What type is Eowyn when she's Is that an Aragorn?
That's a Legolas.
That's
Oh, your boy's toxic. This guy shows up and he's a messenger from the Lord Denethor. Because not only did Denethor light the beacons, he also sent a guy to find Theoden. And be like, Theoden, we need you. We need you yesterday. Here is the red arrow. It is a significant arrow. I see you can discern its significance. This is like when the beacons are lit, you're supposed to come, but when the arrow is out, everybody. I want everyone on that field. He's like, I need you to send literally everyone. And Theoden's
is there
like,
a story behind that arrow, or
not that I'm aware of.
That's how the Old English did it.
It could be. I'm sure he's referencing something, but that one's a little beyond me. I don't know that one. If you know that one, get in the comments and educate me. But he's like, yeah, you got to send literally everybody, your whole army, every soldier. And Theoden's like, well, no, I'm not literally every soldier. I'll send most of them. Okay, let's not get carried away, man. I'm going to send most. And the guy's like, make haste, for it is before the walls of Minas Tirith that the doom of our time will be decided. And if the tide be not stemmed there, then it will flow all over the fair fields of Rohan. And Theoden's like, okay, well, it takes time, though. You got to gather the armies. I got to feed the horses. We've got to, the horses have to be able to fight when we get there. So, yeah, I can't just like ride them, like 48 hours straight. I think I could be there in about a week.
Yep. So there's not going to be a city in a week, but hey, at least you'll be able to avenge us.
Very poetic, but passive aggressive. If it must be so, it must. But you are like to find only ruins 7 days from now, unless other help unlooked for comes. Significant pause. Still, you may at least disturb the orcs and swarthy men from their feasting in the White Tower. And Theoden's like, yep, that's what I'll do. I can't move 5,000 horsemen any faster than that. And then they wake up the next morning and the sun hasn't come up because Sauron has blotted out the sky. And Theoden's like, okay, maybe I can hurry it up a little.
Yeah, where was Rohan when the Eastfold fell?
We're working on it. Okay. No, like I see what you're talking about now. That really does put things in perspective. I didn't know he could, blot out the sun. So that's fun. But he does ask a practical question, and I thought you might appreciate this. Theoden says, "Okay, you guys have been preparing for a siege. You need us to come sooner than later. I think I can speed it up if I don't put any thought whatsoever into provisions."
Yeah.
If I don't,
we'll have just enough to make it there, and after that, you better have some food for us, or we're gonna starve.
Yeah, he's like, so how well stocked is Gondor? Because if I don't take time to set up any supply train or gather any wagons or anything, we can move right now. And the guy's like, we got all the supplies. You gotta get over here. And so Theoden's like, okay. So I think that they did a good job of like, it's not just for, why should I ride to the aid of those who did not ride to mine? It's, okay, there was a practical military concern, but since the world seems to be literally ending, I don't know how much, like I was initially planning to survive next week. But if I don't have to do that, I could move quicker.
Yeah. It's nice. I appreciate that. And again, you know why you ride to the aid of people who didn't ride to your own. Because you're gonna fucking die if you don't.
Yep.
Where's he coming next? He's literally invading everywhere.
Mary is like, all right, let's do this. And Theoden's like, yeah, about that, Mary. You're not coming. And he's like, what are you talking about, man? I'm your sword thane. I'm your boy. He's like, yeah, and if this were a sword thing, maybe. But what I need people to do right now is ride big fucking horses real fast while holding a big fucking spear. Can you do that? And he's like, I can try. He's like, you can't, Mary. You can't do that.
I know you're slightly larger than the average hobbit, but like, no.
Yeah, you're slightly larger than the average child. So
your tales of the Shire are actually not going to save us. That's not what we need in this battle coming up.
And your pony's not going to be able to keep up. And Mary's like, I'm coming no matter what. And he's like, okay, Mary, well, you're not. And I'm done talking about it. I am a king. So you're going to hang out here with Eowyn. Eowyn, you're in charge again. I'm going to leave you. You're in charge. No, I don't look. I know you're tough. I know you want to fight battles, but right now, I need you right here.
Yeah,
next to the kitchen.
And I need to go off because there's no point in me waiting here.
There's a small chance Aragorn might be there, and if he's there, so much glory for everybody who's there. You're not even gonna. You can't with your tiny lady brain. You can't even imagine how much glory there's going to be. And she's like, I understand, my lord. I will be right here. You just go on. He's like, wow, you're taking this really well. I'm glad whatever was bothering you last night stopped bothering you. And she's like, me too, my lord. Mary, why don't you come with me?
I'm going to disguise myself by removing my pants down to the thong. Yeah. wearing a literal breastplate with very obvious breasts that can't be what she actually looked like in the book.
So the breastplate, you see, what you want is it to really outline the boobs so that it guides the arrow directly into your heart. Yeah. You want it to really circle into the vital organs.
I know this was made in like 75 or something. Yeah. It looks like an MMO lady.
Yeah.
Just a straight up MMO lady.
Frazetta, I don't want to besmirch here. Frazetta is an incredible artist, and he draws the orcs the same way, by the way.
Okay, hold on. All right, you piqued my curiosity.
The only difference is the orcs have hair on their legs.
Holy shit! Oh my god! These people are stacked. Oh my god!
It is Frazetta's thing. Is nobody wears pants. Nobody wears pants in Frazetta's drawings.
That's how you do things. That's you didn't wear pants because you're in a warmer climate around the Mediterranean. Only barbarians wore pants. Real men wear togas.
Frazetta's a brilliant artist. Does amazing ink drawings.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it's just his choices. You got to use your imagination to figure out how Eowyn blended in with these.
Just bare orc ass. Everyone's not wearing pants.
He likes butts. I don't know what to tell you. And he's not particular about where he gets them.
I know where I would aim the sword, like got all this armor on your chest. I'll stab you right in the dick. Like it's just right there.
It's a moving target. So Eowyn, now I don't remember Aragorn saying this. Eowyn says, come, Meriadoc. there was only one request that Aragorn made, and that was that you should be armed for battle. Did Aragorn say that?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I think Eowyn's being a little sneaky here. I think she might know Dernhelm.
Well, they both don't wear pants, so I don't know.
I was going to say, they might be related because they both have the same amazing ass.
And that long flowing hair.
Well, now everybody in Rohan has long flowing hair.
Okay, so that's how she blends in.
Oh, and to Eowyn's
the only thing that I think would really stick out is the giant boobs right on that plate. You know,
it's a painfully feminine look that Frazetta went with there.
Yeah, it looks like an MMO lady.
It's not quite chainmail bikini, but it's not much better. But yeah, so they
That's
muster.
What he said every day, but yeah,
they muster. They get the troops together, and Mary's freaking out, and Theoden's like, "I will say no more," and he walks away. And then the hottest of the riders comes up to him.
Yeah, I'm getting some weird feelings here that I didn't know I could have.
Whispers softly in his ear, "Where will wants not, a way opens, so we say." He's like, "Are you hitting on me? Because, okay."
I'm a little confused, but I think I'm here for it.
Yeah. I'm having kind of an awakening here. So, can
you imagine thinking that, like, oh, I think maybe I am gay, and you do find out it is a lady? Like, what if Pierce Brosnan?
It wouldn't be the biggest deal. Like I personally would. I've never had a lot of like gay panic or anything. I perfectly capable of finding a man attractive.
But I know what I'm about. She's upstairs.
There you go. Stick to your guns. She says, "You wish to go whither the Lord of the Mark goes." "I do," said Mary. "Then you shall go with me," said the rider. "I will bear you before me under my cloak until we are far afield."
I don't know why you're saying it like that, but like,
"I will bear you before me under my cloak until we are far afield, and this darkness is yet darker."
He can't send you home if you're already there.
And Mary says, "Thank you, sir, though I do not know your name." And the rider says, "Oh shit, do you not? Call me Dernhelm."
Wait, really? You don't know who I am?
You don't know? I'm not wearing pants.
Just like Theoden, though.
Just like Theoden.
I imagine he has the super cabs from like Kelso from Scrubs. That's a reference everyone probably gets.
We get another little detail. I don't know why Tolkien bothered to mention this. The great grey steed Windfola made little of the extra burden, for Dernhelm was less in weight than many men, though lithe and well knit in frame.
And what a nice ass. Am I right, guys? It's not just me, right?
That's what well knit means. Tolkien's like,
he says it more politely. Yeah.
Tolkien's like, and she just,
I have to take that one.
Dernhelm just looked like he's a little smaller than other guys, and he's just like really good looking. Yeah, I just want to kiss him on the mouth.
He's got such pillowy lips. I mean,
he does. Yeah.
Come on. Who wouldn't? Come on.
I've never known a man to use cherry chapstick. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty much the chapter. I only have one more note, and it's another weird language thing. The riders are invited to the weapon take. And I thought that was a weird word. I mean, it seems fairly self-explanatory. It sounds like they're literally passing out weapons. But I looked it up, and it is, and I'm sorry I forgot this, it's based on a Scandinavian word that means weapon take, basically. And it seemed to refer not to handing out of weapons, at least not in like the sources where it's attested. It seemed to refer to like jurisdiction. Like the weapon, a weapon take was where, like your weapon take was where you had power. But it's kind of implied that maybe there's an older meaning that has to deal with passing out weapons. Like this is where you're in charge of passing out the weapons. I don't know. But if you look this up, you'll very quickly find a lot of people going, what was Tolkien talking about with weapon take? There's like whole papers written on.
Oh, I just assumed there's a big pile of weapons, and we were like, just grab
Literally.
what you need.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what Tolkien intended, but there's actually a lot of very confusing scholarship on that phrase. So, because at one point Theoden mentions that he's got a bunch of spears.
Yeah. Here's a
know,
big pile of spears. If you need a spear, you grab one. If you don't, you move on.
You're supposed to bring one from home, but anybody who forgot their spear, you can take one of mine. Okay?
Yeah, or if your spear broke when you were skewering orcs, you can get a new one.
But I'm going to write Theoden on it, and I'm going to need to collect these when you're done.
That's how that... Yep. Yeah, definitely. We'll be scouring the battlefield for every Theoden spear, all right? We kept an exact tally.
Eowyn, when the battle's over, you can finally come over, and then I want you to count these spears. Has anyone seen Eowyn? Dernhelm, go find Eowyn.
But first, can I just stare into your eyes?
Oh, that Dernhelm, man. I hate seeing him leave, but I love watching him go, you know? I think this is the most we've ever objectified any female character on Words of Memos.
What are you talking about? Dernhelm's a dude.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, poor Eowyn.
It's not my fault that that's how he was drawn.
It really is a joke that relies on the fact that you are as familiar with Frazetta's Lord of the Rings ink drawings as I am.
Yeah, just look it up. It's pretty. Yeah, it is. It's just shy of a modern day MMO lady.
Yeah. Oh, Frazetta was a huge influence on like all the guys who would go on to do like the D&D art books and the Magic the Gathering art books. And
yeah, I learned today that Gary Gygax is dead.
Yeah.
Like 18 years ago.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Did you ever wonder why I was talking about him in the past tense every time he's come up?
I just thought he was irrelevant after he sold it to Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, Nate.
Oh boy.
You live in a sheltered world.
It's nicer in there. You're welcome to come in if you want.
Yeah. All right.
The road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road has gone, and I must follow it if I can, pursuing it with eager feet until it joins some larger way, where many paths and errands meet. And whither then, I cannot say.